My name's Janet Allen from ADAS.
Chris Creed, ADAS.
Right, okay, well we're looking now at raspberry long cane planting. Now this is one of the types of plant that you can actually receive. You've effectively got 2 plants there in about 2 litres of compost, which has been grown by the propagator, and a lovely cane above, which is a floricane. All these buds are potentially positions for fruiting laterals, and you can see that coming out of cold storage, they've already started to break bud, which means they've had plenty of chilling. Now, before you actually plant these, first of all, when you receive them, they will probably come to you within a few hours or a day, say, of coming out of cold store, where they've been at -1 or -2. So this, the compost will be frozen. This is still slightly frozen. So ideally you would leave this probably another 12 hours before you'd actually plant them. Just put the plants somewhere where they're under cover, so they're not in a windy position. You can even keep them in the bin that they were delivered in, but open up the top so gradually they're allowed to defrost, and that the peat itself, or the compost, comes up to sort of ambient temperature.
Yep.
Bring the plants out, but make sure that you don't leave them in the field on the ground with them exposed to the air and the wind, because this is going to become dehydrated and that's doing damage. And the canes above will, particularly if this is carried out in hot weather. You just want to make a few quick checks. You want to look around at the root system. Is this looking good? You've got new bits of primocane there growing off root buds, and another one there coming from the base of the original plant, and you've got nice white root system there, a little bit of darker root, and it's all the way around. Less on the ends here where those plants are butted up against its next door neighbour. What you're looking for is areas where there's really dark root, which may denote where the plants have been waterlogged, if it's along the bottom of the pot, or where there may be some disease. And if you find any which look as if they might have disease, don't plant them. Put the plants back, into where they are safe and under cover, not going to dehydrate, and phone up your propagator and explain what you've seen, send him some photographs, and get the plants checked to make sure they don't have a disease like Phytophthora. Also have a look at the canes. You want to make sure that all the buds are still there, none of them have been knocked out by rough handling, be that in the field or when they went into cold store or by yourself. Particularly in this middle area, because there's a tendency to grab plants like that and move them around.
Check the base of the cane.
So there's no splitting there, no sign of any disease, particularly any cane blight that might have got in because of damage caused to the canes, or even any winter damage. What you could do is to just gently rub back the bark of some of the plants at the base, and if there's any staining underneath, then suspect there might be some disease or possibly some cold injury, which might have occurred in the field before they went into cold store. Anyway, we're now ready to plant, I think. So take out some compost at the base here. This has been sort of 3/4 filled. Make a little depression for them to go in. Don't compact it down, and then pull that out, those support wires. Pop this in, and then pile some compost up around it. So you're basically covering the root system. Just a gentle, you don't need to force the compost down, and that's it. And then put in your irrigation drippers, and clip the canes at the top. Now you can either clip them in with these little plastic clips which remain on the wires, and they're very easy to detach when you want to take the plants out. In a moment you'll get there. Or you can lace them in with string, and a lot of growers still do that.
All right.
Okay, and away you go.